Oh.
Jeff's over off camera hurling right now in the dirt. So I'll stand here and tell you about all the... Oh my God.
И помните, безопасность превыше всего.
Hello everyone, this is Jeff of TAOFLEDERMAUS. Today we have something I thought we'd never be able to test out. The Blondeau missile. This projectile comes from Russia, but is a French design and is faithfully being reproduced today. Even though the patent comes from the early 60s, the design itself dates back to World War II. The French resistance used these to disable the engines on German light vehicles. These samples were sent to us from Russia by Alexey PhD. Alexey is an astronomer and a really smart guy. Besides his work in astronomy, he also has his YouTube channel doing various machining and other things on there. So be sure to check him out and tell him I sent you. The Blondeau missile is an unusual design made out of steel with lead rifling bands on it. This soft lead allows the projectile to stay centered in the barrel, but also allow it to be propelled through a choke if needed without any steel-to-steel damage to the barrel. Now typically 12 gauge projectiles are nose heavy, and the unusual thing about the Blondeau is it's very tail heavy. For curiosity's sake, we will be launching a Blondeau backwards and for the first time film it with a high-speed camera to see if it is as stable backwards as it is forwards. Alexey was kind enough to send us a complete package of these as you would buy them today in Russia. They come in a little plastic Tupperware-like container, and Alexey believes that you can only buy these as a loading component, not a complete round. By Western standards, the packaging is a little bit crude, but it does have adequate instructions inside what components and materials to use and how to properly orient the projectile. I think it'd be really interesting if Alexey went to the store where he bought these and took his camera and showed us what it's like buying stuff like this in Russia.
Welcome back, TAOFLEDER folks. Jeff and Officer Greg out here with you today. We are in American Samoa today at the Michael Bloomberg Memorial Rifle Range, and we brought you kind of a special thing today. We've loaded a Blondeau in. We've loaded several Blondeaus in correctly, and then we have one loaded in backwards we're going to give a try. If you haven't already got your Mass Accelerator t-shirts or stickers right here, go ahead and order on Teespring. You need a sticker on your car, and you need a Mass Accelerator t-shirt too. So let's get down to it and see how they perform downrange.
Doesn't have to worry about radiation poisoning or nothing?
No.
Okay, wet magazines.
All right, right there at the little baker boy.
Okay, right in the center, right?
Yep, when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Alright, shot number one, here it comes. One thing you'll notice is even though we're using a variety of different interesting targets, Greg is always holding at the same point of aim. This gives us an overall idea of the accuracy and precision of the Blondeau missile.
I was aiming for that little baker boy right there.
Oh, okay.
So it did hit a little bit left, unknown why. Yep, it's all the way through.
We'll turn it around. Let's see the... Oh, boy.
Look at that. Now that's a mass ejection pattern right there.
Yeah.
Last time I had a mass ejection pattern that big, some time ago in the Bahamas. All the way through.
Yeah. It just... It didn't slow down much.
No, and that is a big friggin' stack of wet magazines. That is a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of mass.
I wish other channels used wet magazines.
Okay, eBay Kevlar, which is actually remarkably tough.
Woo! It's nice that it came printed with that accelerate here mark on it.
Yeah, that's people always want to know where you're aiming at, so
Me too.
you should put a laser on your, well,
Should have a laser on here, Kiefer.
hey, we've tried that and you can't see the lasers very well, even the green ones in bright daylight.
Yeah, but you can see them on Star Wars, so why can't you see them out here?
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, that thing almost shot it into the river.
In this test, the Blondeau projectile is quite a bit more stable. We can also see that some of the lead rifling band has flaked off. A little chunk of it was flying along. The velocity of these projectiles, by the way, is about 1,400 feet per second. I thought that this would go right through that Kevlar body armor panel, but again, it has surprised us. This thing's been tougher than we give it credit for.
It's crowning. It's crowning, and we have it. It is a blondeau.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. It retains a little bit of its blondeau-ishness,
Wow.
and the
okay.
other part of it got deformed.
Let me see that.
Look, it's even got blondeau hairs on it.
Wait.
Oui, monsieur.
Give me that thing. Look at.
Blondeau, because
Okay, can you see that? Okay.
blondeau.
I hate this camera.
I bought a new Canon M50 the other day.
Oh, quit bragging.
No, I'm gonna start shooting some videos.
Oh, good. Good, good, good. I'll let people know about that.
OG's Danger Show.
Okay, pork shoulder. I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
In this test, we see once again a small piece of the lead rifling band has been scuffed off. So apparently that's kind of a normal thing with these. The point of impact once again is a little bit low compared to the point of aim. So it's always good to see consistency like that with any test. The damage to the pork shoulder is absolutely impressive and actually quite frightening. I'm sure that any wild boar getting hit with these is not going to be standing for very long. But now for the next test, how will these perform flying backwards?
Okay, backwards.
Backwards when you're ready.
Viewer requests. Okay, I'm ready. Yikes.
Now, even though this is just one single test of it flying backwards, gives you a pretty good idea. Ballistically, it flies almost exactly the same as flying forwards. Did not expect that. And once again, the level of damages is breathtaking. Really do appreciate Greg bringing out these two pieces of expired meat. It was no good, so nothing to complain about yet.
Okay, we want to do a rifled choke test. Not a full rifle, just rifled choke for the Russians. Okay, I'm ready. Blue jug, right?
Blue jug. Blue
It's kind of greenish. Okay, go ahead. Not bad.
Got it.
Now, using the rifle choke, which should have given it a little bit of spin stabilization, well, we just didn't see that much spin added to it. Just a small amount. So it's possible with those very small lead rifling bands, we just didn't get really good traction there to give it that spin. Now, it is possible we got a little more velocity with that extended choke tube on there, and we certainly can't complain about that accuracy.
Rifle choke, last shot.
Yep. Ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Accurate.
That was accurate. I think maybe rifle choke is a little better.
The second shot through the rifle choke did a little better. We actually see a little more rotation this time, but once again, shot placement was a little low compared to the point of aim, which is just consistent with the rest of the tests. At least in this test, I honestly can't say that rifling or spin stabilization made this perform any better.
Are we cleared everything?
I think we're all good.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go. Boy, it makes quick work of that aluminum foil.
Yeah.
A quick thank you to Clear Ballistics for supplying this nice block of ballistic gel. Our viewers really appreciate it. As expected, the Blondeau missile made a complete pass through this 16-inch block of gel and had enough energy to really deform the Kevlar panel behind it. Under the block of gel, we put a sheet of aluminum foil in order to amplify the sunlight and give us more light for the high-speed camera. That seems to be working out well, except it block really tore up the aluminum foil. One thing that's always interesting is how long it takes for the gel block to move forward after the projectile passes through it.
Okay.
That was
That was successful.
So we hit a little bit low. Here's a slug we found on the other side of the table.
But it went all the way through. It didn't bounce off the bottom. Good shot.
All the way through, a little bit low, zipped all the way through, and as you come up, well, you'll see this was set sideways like this. It caught the Kevlar. We found it out there about 20 yards away in the grass.
Yeah.
We took that thing with it. But let me put something dark here behind it so you can see.
Does that help? Yeah, people suggested all kinds of stuff, and that does help.
People don't know anything.
Not when you're filming, though.
No.
When you're the high-speed camera, that thing's got to be lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but this helps the little shiny mark inside show. But I think too, if we turn it, there was one side here. You can see a really good wound track in there.
Those things just blast through everything.
Yeah, it made one heck of a wound track. You can see the permanent wound cavity in there, and then you can see the temporary also.
Yeah. Are you feeling the spirit of TN Outdoors 9?
Something like that. If I cut it apart and I measured it with BBs.
You got to calibrate it with a BB gun.
Yeah, can you see that in there?
Yeah, that looks really good. That was a good idea.
It's pretty cool. Gel.
We got to listen to our viewers more. There you go.
Woo! And by the way, folks,
what'd you do? Oh, stop it.
look right there. Look what's in there.
Oh,
It's crazy.
you got there.
I've got some Australian ballistic gel. And before we shoot this, Jeff said I had to try it out.
Everyone tells me it tastes just like Nutella.
Sure
It's
it
like
does.
Australian Nutella.
Everybody I've heard talk about this says ew. So,
Are you gonna taste it?
Jeff, you've provided me with one of these tasting devices here.
Yep.
And this came all the way from Australia at great expense, so who are we to leave it untasted? Oh dear God. I think it's gone bad. It says it's got B vitamins in there.
There you
for
go.
vitality, which you know what you need when you're starting to approach our age. So here it goes. This is for science, folks. Oh Lord.
It looks like chocolate.
God. That tastes like COVID-19 or rhinoceros ass. Woo!
Well, you didn't throw up. That's a good thing. Yet.
My goodness. Yeah, no.
What is it?
I'm not gonna. That does not replace Nutella.
Okay.
It's a very, I don't know, salty, barbecuey, seaweedy smell or taste.
Oh.
I don't know how you describe it. Jeff, you gotta try this.
Okay.
Here, dig into it with that end.
Yeah. We gotta be.
It's science, folks.
Yeah, I'm sure your hands are clean.
Oh, I got
Oh.
coronavirus. Oh, you took a big old chunk. No.
Oh.
Jeff's over off camera hurling right now in the dirt. So I'll stand here and tell you about all the... Oh my God. He's actually spitting in the dirt in the background. I'm going to sit here and tell you about all the vitamins this thing has.
Okay.
And how it tastes like fish poo or something. I don't know. Isn't that... it's not for Americans, folks.
No.
So I think the best thing we could do with this now is introduce it to a mass accelerated projectile. I don't even think we're going to get coyotes to stop by and
No, it's gonna keep the coyotes out of this area.
coyotes are going to swing by and go, "Oi, mate!
Energize me, mate.
Oi."
Okay, I'm feeling better now. I was thinking too much about it.
I was having a conversation with the TAOFLEDER folks while you were gone.
It kind of tastes like if you'd chew up a vitamin.
Yeah,
If
a
you-
barbecued vitamin that was covered in salt and fish scales. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
What's in this stuff?
I don't know.
There's some sodium.
Okay.
Or as they say in Australia, sodaminium. And there's some energy, as they say in Australia, energy-minium. Energy. That's calories to us folks. Energy. So yeah, not good. Would not recommend it. Let's send it downrange.
I'm gonna have Danny try some of that too. by the way.
Oh. No, you'll send Danny into the great beyond.
It might revitalize him.
Danny comes back looking like he's 17.
Yeah. Okay, take your time, aim true.
Aim true, no lying aiming.
Okay,
All right, when you are ready,
I'm ready.
I'm going to make good use of that Vegemite.
Yikes.
Wow.
Well, it turns out that Vegemite is a pretty darn good target. I really appreciate you sending that to us. Be sure to check out Shooting Stuff Australia. I'll put a link in the description. And yes, he did want us to shoot this stuff, so there you go. And at the time, we didn't even realize that it was in a glass jar, so fortunately, it just pulverized it into sand, and the cleanup was actually quite minimal. Right after we filmed this, two gentlemen from the Department of Fish and Game showed up. That's always good, huh? But they informed us that no one can shoot at this location anymore. And that's a sad thing because people have been using this area for years. It's located by Lemoore Naval Air Station. Now, unfortunately, there's always a couple knuckleheads that ruin a good thing for everybody. People will bring out targets like refrigerators and couches and stuff and shoot at them and never pick them up. It's ridiculous. Now, whenever Greg and I filmed out there, we always picked up our stuff, but we also picked up other people's stuff because we know that places like this are sacred, and eventually the property owners are going to get so tired of the trash and, you know, dangerous activities that people are doing and just put a halt to it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. We want to thank our Patreon supporters for their ongoing support. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch our video. We'll see you next time.